Today we're making our final preparations to build supercomputers and optimizing our train system so that it utilizes its full potential. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we finally got the HSC Colossus, our high-speed connector manufacturing plant, up and running. And we built our new logistical core to our base, the spine, which will bring all of the items from the lower areas of the factory up into the more advanced parts. So now we have everything we need to create supercomputers. Except we also got a few things we didn't need. Some pretty major problems. So here's the deal. I let this thing run for like a couple hours here just to fill up the bin and diagnose any problems, and oh my goodness. I thought things would generally be fine. Incorrect. Number one is our oil production is too slow because the train that's going over to our oil fields across the map here is just not transporting stuff fast enough. And we addressed this problem last time, but we kind of need to fix it before we can actually make supercomputers. Because what happens is, the train drops off the oil, the refineries process it all, but then the HSC uses it all before the next train reloads the oil. So yeah, we gotta fix the train system today. Then not only that, but we have another problem with the plastic where the splitter is just not working. This is kind of like new. I just noticed it now, but for whatever reason, it's not splitting the plastic up. So hopefully this can be solved right now. So if I just delete and replace things, now it should work. Yes. Oh yeah, already saw some plastic going this way and plastic going that way. Good. All right. Well, one problem is fixed. We did it, guys. Alright, but there's still one more problem. The quick wire here. So it's still loading up and the rest are stopped because these two lines, for whatever reason, are not producing quick wire at the same rate. So we gotta do some Scooby-Doo investigating. And that means we are going to be following these lines back to the source. So it's these two here, which are these two lines in the middle of the spine. Okay. So from the middle of the spine, where are they actually coming from? Are they coming from this side? No, this side's all good, so it's over from this side. Okay. And it's these two up here. And these two lines lead to these two elevators, which come from these two bins. And these two bins are attached to where? This line? Why is that one blinking? I think it's these top two lines here. Oh yeah, why do we have all the blinky blinky? Blinking equals problem. Why do we have a problem? What's the 411? They're idle. Oh, so the green ones are still running. So these are the ones that fell behind, but they're good now. And you know what? I think everything's actually fine with this problem. Yeah. Oh, or no, maybe it's because of this guy. Why are you down here? What's inside you, Mr. Truck? Whoa. I thought I fixed it. What's up? What's the deal? What were you transporting? Ah ha ha! The missing copper. So because this truck is all the way out here, it's not delivering stuff to the quick wire, which is slowing down the HSC. So how we can fix this is we go down to Mr. Truck, add in a little bit of the fuel, just like so. It's gonna freak out for a little bit, but that's fine, because if we just leave the area, it will respawn, and everything will get working again. So let's just get a ride on the train, and just take a quick little vacation across map. However, though, it does look like the truck already respawned, because it was kind of like right in here, and now it seems to be off on its own track. I think actually that's it right there. So this copper truck gets copper from this area down here, along with this other copper truck. So yeah, looks like it respawned already. Good. All right, vacation cut short. We have work to do. And we gotta get fixed in the oil train, because there is a clear, huge problem with it. Like, America with an E? Incorrect, it's with a U. There we go. Problem solved, everything's good now. If only that was the real problem. No. The real problem is it can't transport the oil fast enough. So the freight cars are pretty much the size of a small storage container, and when you're drawing 780 oil per minute out of a small container, the small container doesn't last too long, and the train can't travel across the map fast enough to feed our production at a satisfactory rate. In fact, we have one 780 line going up to our one oil refinery area, and I've tried to hook up 3 freight cars worth of oil to the refinery, and that can't even keep up. So we have a few solutions to this problem. Number one, and the one I was most keen on, was just to add more trains to get more oil. So right now we have one massive 12 freight car long super train that gets all the oil. But as you can see, half of it is unused. So if we shrunk the trains down and had them pick up oil more frequently, we could probably get the oil back to base much faster. But then there's also a second possible solution over here at the oil platform. So this is a station in which the oil train gets all the oil from. And what we have going on is 3,450 oil being collected from just along this entire coast here pretty much. So lots of oil, and what I do with it is I load balance it into 1 330 line and 4 780 lines. And it's these 4 780 lines that are causing our problems. And this is why I initially wanted just to use multiple small trains, because we could just have like 5 small trains with like 5 freight cars each traveling in a loop, and we'd be done. Big easy solution. However, reload balancing things to use the 12 freight cars on our existing train will be much easier. And here's why. We only need to do like one little change. I'm pretty sure at least. And that is, we disconnect the line right before it enters, we disconnect the one next to it, and we just add a splitter. And we just split it up. So now we use another extra freight car, sure. But in doing something like this, we've effectively doubled the rate of oil transport for these 2 freight cars. And since we have so many extra freight cars, if we do this for all the 780 lines, we're gonna be set. In fact, you know what? I have an even better idea. If we split the 1 780 line into 3, then we've tripled the transport speeds. And since we have 4 780 lines and 12 freight cars, 12 divided by 4 is 3, which is how we're splitting things up here. So we'll use all the freight cars, and we'll be able to transport things efficiently and quickly. Except we'll have one minor problem at the end here, and that is the excess 330 oil per minute that's kind of being load balanced off into this last freight car. Because 780 times 4 is 3,120, but we have 3,450 available, so yeah. But it's really not even a big problem, because we can just add on another freight car. So we'll have a 13 freight car long train. And it's not like we're running out of space anytime soon here, so it'll be super easy. But you know what? I think I could also just cut it off. Like, we'll disconnect this line, just probably about right here. And then we'll worry about adding on the extra freight car at some later time. Since 330 oil per minute is kind of an awkward number to work with, I probably won't ever use this, at least for the foreseeable future. So we'll just get rid of it for now, and then later, if we need that extra bit of oil, we'll just go and add on the extra freight car then, and go get it. So now, back at Murica Station, back at base, we have all of our 780 lines split into 3. So now when everything gets unloaded and transported down to the warehouse here, all we have to do is re-merge it. So all we have to do is add a merger back at base here, just like so, and merge 3 bins together. And just like that, we have an actual 780 oil per minute line. And the train almost certainly should be able to keep up now. But really, fixing the problem wasn't even the best part. The best part is now we have a fully loaded mega train coming to our base. Which just looks awesome, man. It just looks awesome. Ooh, and it's gonna look even more awesome when it gets unloaded. Oh yes, now this is satisfactory. Oh my gosh, though, what is going on? Game? Why is one just empty? I don't understand. Oh, it's so nice though. Wait, it's just late. Oof. Okay. Sure. I would say it was satisfactory except for the small problems. And obviously a couple didn't unload because, yeah, they're pretty much already full. Alright. Well, maybe one of these days we'll see it fully unload properly. But for now, everything is all fixed. We have our 780 lines, we have no more problems with the HSC, and we are good to go. So before we get to supercomputer craziness, there's one more thing I gotta do. And that is make a new elevator for myself up to the top of the base. Because this one is one I've been using, and oh my goodness, it is inadequate to say the least. So when, like, huge machines are running, like the HSC Colossus, there are about 200 to 500 machines underneath it that need to run as well, which lags my game quite a bit. And when we have supercomputers running, almost everything you see is gonna be running at the same time, which is like 1,000 machines. Like the Beast will be going, all of our refineries will be going, the HSC itself, like, it's going to be really bad. So I need an elevator that's a bit more efficient than bouncing back and forth, because it just doesn't work. You don't have enough frames to move. So since I'm gonna be running from the top of my base to the bottom of my base, and vice versa all the time, I need a better elevator. And luckily, our little 1x1 design here worked quite well. And I'm gonna be copying it over here. And super quick, if you're unfamiliar with how to build a 1x1 bounce pad elevator, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is have one bounce pad that's angled facing into a wall like this. Then you go up a bit to the max height of the previous bounce pad. You build another just right there on a platform. Then delete the platform. So what happens is you end up getting bounce pad pushed into the wall, and all you have to do is tap forward a little, and it bounces you into the next one. Of course, the height can be a little bit finicky, so you have to watch for that. But if you just make sure that the next bounce pad is about 1, 2, 3, 4 wall tiles up, you should be good. Then all you have to do is tap forward, and it bounces you again, and the process repeats. As for power, this is actually the only situation I really need to use these Mark II poles. Oh my goodness, and of course I don't have quick wire on me. Classic. But yeah, you just use a Mark II or 3 pole, then you have it hook up to the first bounce pad, and then all the subsequent bounce pads up into the tower. And the wires just go right through the other ones, so it's no big deal. That's how you build a simple 1x1 bounce pad elevator. Also, just been working on this for a bit, and wow. Look at this amazing view, eh? So many angles of the base you never really get to see, but dang. It's freaking wild. Ooh, but you know what's not looking good? This bounce pad tower. Now honestly, I thought that maybe it might be okay, but no. We're gonna be adding on a wall to like the front side, so obviously you won't be seeing all of the bounce pads themselves, but it's gonna look so awkward. Just in like the middle of the base there. So instead I have a better idea. And we're still gonna use the same bounce elevator. But instead now, I've tucked the elevator just in behind this tower here. So that's it right in there. And it's pretty much just as convenient as the last place. Just now, instead of going just right to here, we just have to go back to this tower, bounce over into the main wall section, and just kind of scoot over this way. And there we go. Elevator Donorino. Wow, I've never looked up here. That is pretty freaking trippy, dude. That is pretty freaking trippy. And yeah, it looks just as weird looking from the top down. But man, oh man, that is going to help so much. Screw that old elevator, man. It was so bad. Oh, life has just gotten so much more convenient with this one. Anyway though, I have built it right to this new floor here, on top of the HSC Colossus, because this is where we're gonna have our supercomputer processing facility. Which doesn't have an official name yet, so if anyone has suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, so what we need to do is bring up all of the supercomputer components. So we're going to need, can't believe we're actually on this step, it's so weird, but how do you make a supercomputer? I think obviously the high-speed connectors, which are right there, but then the computers, oh yes, duh. The AI limiters, that's done, and plastic. Oh boy, so I can make another refinery section. But before we do that, we're gonna bring up all the easy stuff first. So right here is where we're gonna have the computers. Over next to it, I guess on this side, why not? Doesn't really matter. We can bring in the AI limiters, the plastic. I'll think about later once the refinery is actually done. And hey, why not? Let's just have the high-speed connectors over here. And I've already done the internal work. So now they're gonna be going on up. Very good, very good. Also, I'm sure most of you are wondering, Kibitz, why are you doing this? Why don't you just like bring them up anywhere else? Why are you putting them into the spine? And honestly, it's just because I think it looks cool. And that's it. Then moving on to our computer shoebox here. We need things going way, way, way up there. So let's cut this off for just a brief second. I don't want things running all the time right now. Just want to hook up some lines and move on. But I got pretty much everything figured out, and we just have to have a lift from here to a window up there. Gotta hear a click. Right there, good. And that's bringing the computers back over this way, down to this wall right next to the spine here, which I redid the wires on, making it look even better, because it couldn't, like, it didn't look good enough already, right? And then, where did I have the lines? I think the thing right here, right? Goes up, yeah. I can even see it at the top. Look at how cool that looks. Oh, amazing. So then it goes in here, make my little entrance as I always do. And we just took it up to this one. And away they go. But now we got some tricky stuff, and that's the AI limiters. So 45 per minute is the magic number for the supercomputers upstairs. But also, the beast over there is eating about 15 per minute as well. So we have to do a little bit of load balancing. Luckily, it's nothing too crazy. Just splitting up a 60 line a couple times. Right on, so nothing too wild. We just have to split 60 here into 30, and then have the other 30 split between 15, which will go to the beast, and then the other 15 will mix with the 30 for 45 for our supercomputers. So that's all good there. Now we just have to throw that input over here. So that's done, which leaves us with our pretty blue plastic. And what shall we do with it? Well, we're gonna be making another 26 refineries, using another 780 line, and just making more. Because we're gonna need something around 480 plastic per minute for supercomputers. Luckily though, we just happen to have this completely huge empty floor right near the top of our base. Because initially, a long time ago, I was gonna have 3 floors of fuel generators, but since nuclear came out, we only stopped at 2. So I just have an extra floor. And now we can process plastic here. So very good, very easy stuff. Man, it's almost just like I built one of these last episode. It was just so quick to do. Alrighty, well, another 26 refineries done, why not? And that's another 780 line used. What is going on with you? Oil? You okay there, bud? Why? Why? I just wanted to connect another line. Why do you have to steal all the attention? You feeling better now, bud? Yes, he is. But yeah, just gonna hook up another 780 from here instead. Nice, nice, nice. And then when the oil comes in, the plastic will go out and will go up the same tower that the oil used to go up. So the very last one over there. Now can we go and check it out without dying? I think we can. Good. So it uses the same slot for both the oil and the plastic. But now, our final challenge is about to commence. We have the high-speed connectors. We have the computers. We have the AI limiters. And finally, the plastic. So, the gang's all here. And next time, we can build our supercomputer production plant. Unfortunately though, that's gonna be for next time, because I have to wait for a lot of materials to kind of build up, so we can build the whole machine without like insufferable lag. But I can assure you, by next episode, we will have supercomputers, one way or another. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.